and I trust that we are all working best
Okay, Roger
greater
that. And he just walks off and starts kind of just taking things.
Dick. What a dick.
Okay. A somewhat more robust young woman in very low-cut clothing, with very similar.
More robust than who? Wait a minute.
Than Juju.
Okay, thanks.
Comes up to you, Cross, and stands there with her hands on her ample hips. What are you doing?
Well,
You're not a member of this order.
The kind lady over there mentioned that I'm a free spirit and I can do whatever the hell I want. So since I am not capable of pulling this wagon you see here, I am picking
Roll a
up
dexterity
what I find.
check.
I like the slip up of I'm not capable of carrying. I mean,
16 plus dexterity check plus 9, so at 25.
Okay. While you're talking, she just gets this look on her face and she slaps you and misses. But you're like, whoa, lady. These are our things, and you are not allowed to just take our things.
You see, I'm not just taking them. I'm discerning what seems to be the most valuable, and I'm picking it up because the lady over there wanted me to carry whatever I could. So that's what I'm doing.
Hey, can I?
If you haven't noticed,
absolutely.
Sorry, you weren't here. If you haven't noticed, there's a green fucking miasma that's just killing everything in sight, and it's in your and my best interest to get the fuck out of here.
I've met people like you, and they are not
a lot
good
of people.
And I think that you should put that thing down, and we will go talk to the head mother about this.
He just tosses it in her arms and fine, you carry it, and he just walks away.
Okay.
He's trying to do a good thing. He's just picking what he can carry and trying to carry it for them.
And Karen, you know that this person, this is Missy, and she is a pain in the ass. And the one that nobody, that she wants to be a head mother someday, probably, but with as much as she bosses everybody, she'll probably never make it because people don't like her. And part of Bryn Brand's thing is, being liked. So she carries, she huffs, if you listen, you can hear her whispering under her breath as she carries the stuff back over to the wagon, which brings us back to where Orkelia is. Now the Bardic troop had 2 wagons. This camp has 4 wagons. Clearly Bryn Brand gets a bit more money than your Bardic troop did. It's pretty clear that one of them is specifically just for food. 2 of them seem to be a little more comfortable with nice bright hangings and stuff. And you have a feeling that those might be the ones where they conduct other parts of their business. Mm-hmm. And then the third one is a little more strictly laid out and stuff. And that's where all of the other clerics are kind of converging onto that area of the 4th wagon. Okay.
I'll walk up with my slung woman.
Okay, to which wagon?
To where all the clerics are.
Okay, to the 4th wagon.
Yeah.
Okay, Altana, you know that is where the head mother's, that's her specific wagon.
I don't.
Yeah. Okay. And you walk up.
Knock, knock.
And with all of them, because there's lots of worried murmuring and there's fire and blah, 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 blah. And they all kind of unilaterally, it's like all the heads go and look at you.
Hi, I'm Orkelia. I'm not as scary as I like, I promise. I need some help. Can anyone help?
They kind of part like the sea, and what you must assume is the head mother is she's an older woman. and she steps down from the back of the wagon. She's very comfortably appointed with an uncomfortably low-cut shirt for her age.
Clothing has no age.
And she stops and she looks at you, and you get a sense of just overarching calm, like she has seen everything in the world, everything. And she just looks at you for a moment, looks at the body over your shoulder and says, "Do you need a place to hide the bodies?"
No. I get that that's a regular solution for me, but frankly, if an orc's going to kill a person, they're not going to hide the bodies. But at any rate, no, this is my friend, and she is not feeling very well in many ways. I can only heal so much. Can you guys heal any more?
Of course. And will you make a donation to Bryn Bran for such pleasure?
I can sing.
That is acceptable.
Yeah. Okay. We don't know her name yet. I've been just calling her baby. That is not her name. And she has not accepted this. So I don't.
The head mother goes like this, and for some reason, you just feel like maybe you should stop talking right now. It's that mother voice that just is like, and she reaches out a hand, and with just a light muttered word under her breath, she casts Cure Serious Wounds on the component, which we I don't have her thing here, but I will make a note that she got 9 hit points back. And she says, "All right, you owe us a song, but not now. Right now," and she looks over at the burning fire that's starting by now, is actually getting quite a bit larger and moving away from you. I think perhaps we should move the camp. And she looks at the other clerics, and she doesn't even have to say anything. She just looks at them, and each of them is like quails, and then runs off to go start packing up the camp. I see you. Yeah, I see you have friends. Altana?
Okay, question.
Uh-huh.
I am here and I've seen this exchange, right? I'm close enough to have seen this exchange.
Yeah, the camp is small, so everybody here could hear the exchange.
Okay, great. I want to.
And you, and she points at the paladin. And she looks over at you, Cross, and then just kind of dismisses you and doesn't say anything.
So she said to Orkelia, "I see that you have friends here." And she gestured to me and to Aramiel, right?
She gestured to Aramiel and Cross.
I see. Okay, sorry.
Okay, as she kind of just like doesn't, I just kind of like look up and I'm just like, and then I just kind of continue to do what I was doing.
Yep.
Which
that was gonna be my question. Where's Cross? Because last time we checked, he was not stealing shit.
Stealing shit?
Is he stealing shit? Can I go over and stop Cross from stealing shit?
You can do whatever you want to do. However, the head mother did just call you
Okay.
to come over. And you can
That's
choose to
fine.
ignore her, or you can choose not to.
Well, I probably shouldn't ignore her if she's like, this great and powerful head mother. So I'm going to go over to head mother, but I'm going to keep an eye on Cross for my peripheral vision. So just always
Okay.
aware.
You come on over. You'll have to roll me a perception check to see if you can actually keep an eye on Cross, because Cross is kind of a slippery
Do I
motherfucker.
get to roll against that? Do I
Hope
notice
not.
that he's trying to pay attention to me?
If this is a dexterity check on
Roll me a
yours, then
Cross. Roll me also a perception check.
oh, son of a bitch. I got a 5. Wait, 5 plus perception. Hang on.
19 plus 6.
Oh no! Yeah, I missed that one.
Okay.
I got 9. I got 8 total.
Okay. You
Well, I
tried
noticed
to.
that he's looking, but
Yeah. Yeah. So here's how this goes down. Aramiel. He's heading.
Okay.
He's reluctantly. You glance at Altana and head across this now bustling camp towards the head mother at the last wagon. While you're trying to kind of side eye to see if you see Cross. Cross, for some reason, is paying attention to our paladin and notices that the paladin is kind of looking. You've been there before. You kind of assume it might be you. And as Cross does, he just kind of goes, and you cannot see him. All right. So Altana and Aramiel, you two approach the head mother.
Mhm. I'm gonna approach and say, "The name's not Romeo." That's it. That's all I got for her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm- Go ahead.
No, you.
Because I mean the place is still on fire right now, right? Like,
This place isn't on fire. No, the last camp was on
Oh.
fire. This camp is not on fire.
Oh.
But it is near the fire. So,
yeah.
she says,
And
"I
there's
see
a
that
green
you
light.
are a child of Nexus.
Mhm.
Nexus
Aye.
children don't often come here. What brings you here today?"
Well, I'm protecting a friend.
"I see you have several. Which one is the one you are protecting?"
I just like to gesture at the unconscious component.
Okay. I see. And what is so special about this friend that so many of you are trying to protect it, her, him?
I'm just gonna kind of look over at Orkelia, look back into the mother's eyes, and then just say nothing.
And I'm going to, my only interaction has been with Aramiel, and Orkelia and the component are a little bit newer. Cross is still pretty much on my periphery, but I have a sense between the green light in the distance and what I've seen of this group to know that something different is happening. And so I say, Head Mother, I feel that it's important that we pay attention to the happenings here. Something new is coming to this camp our night, and we have something to learn.
And tell me of this new thing. I see that 2 of my guards have gone and not returned.
Yeah, they're kind of dead. Sorry.
Did you kill them?
No! Everybody always assumes that I'm the one to kill things. I don't kill things. Anyway, there's this fire thingy, and it's all green and lighty, and it came into our camp, and as soon as it touches you, you become one of it, and then spread the fire and spread the plague, and it's just a whole lot of spreading that nobody really wants, which is why we need to get away. Also, the only way to stop it is to really destroy the body that it is in. And man, is that not easy. That is not easy. So we need to go.
It's kind of like talking to stone. There's no real expression going on here as she's absorbing all of this information.
Which is exactly why she's getting more and more nervous as she talks.
Okay. I assume it's related to the green light that we see on the horizon at what had been or is Miscula's tower.
Yep.
She sniffs disapprovingly. Well, Altana.
Have we learned anything about what does stop this green light or its minions? My new friends?
Destroying the body that it is a part of, really, really destroying it. Not just lopping off the head, because we tried that and that didn't stop it. I mean, chopping it into little tiny bits so that there's nothing it could possibly move anymore.
So far, lighting it on fire has been the trick.
Also that.
Show me.
What?
Show me. You said it was approaching the camp. Show me.
All right, we'll come outside.
Okay, she steps down from the back of the wagon where she was standing. It's very stately. Her breasts, her very saggy breasts, jiggle a little bit, and you can tell because she's wearing a very low cut item. She's human and probably maybe late 70s, early 80s, but just reeks this air of authority that has been, it's clear that she's been authority for a long time. Okay, and she steps down and she looks at you, Aramiel. Paladin, show me.
Do I have a fire spell? Hang on.
Don't show me. Okay, now go do it. Do what you can do.
Don't show you what? Wait, hang on.
No, I'm gonna say.
Don't I have? Wait. Don't I have Searing Smite? Can I do Searing Smite?
I can lean over.
At
you.
what?
At the creature? Are we outside? Isn't there a green creature thing? A green leg thing?
No, it's outside of the camp. You'd have to leave the camp and go around the corner to where that is in the road, because the camp is right right past a bend in the road, so you can't really see where you fought those things from the camp. So you'd have to take her over there.
Okay, then I would like to lead this wonderful saggy boob.
I have a question.
Yes.
Around the corner.
Can I cast a bless or a charm person on him right now to affect his information that he gives to my head mother?
You can. He does have the chance to resist it. And if he does resist it, he will know that you will cast it. The people around him will know that you cast a spell on him without asking for permission first. So you can, but it would be, you understand that would be a risky move because it's not considered socially acceptable.
Consensual. It's not consensual.
It's not consensual.
Listen, I did not consent. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so you lead her around the corner. Do the rest of you go with the head mother and Remiel, or do you stay where you're at?
No, I'll go with.
I'm going with.
Ross, what are you doing? Squint.
I might actually send a private message to Tanya to let her know what I'm actually doing. But
Okay.
So
If
but
you
I'm
could
going
do
to continue doing what I am doing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
He's not with us.
And I'm distracted, so I can't stop him.
Okay. The problem with the private messages on Zoom is that everybody watching will get to see them.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
but not us. So go ahead.
Oh, I see.
Unless
Is it
you're
gonna
watching the
matter?
Twitch stream.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless you
I will not look at the Twitch stream.
Yeah.
You can
And
also send it
currently
to
low-
me on
Yeah.
Facebook Messenger. Okay, so you guys go around the bend to the outside of the camp. All but Cross, who is not with you for that moment, and none of you can really kind of like put your finger on where he's at because you're focused on what you're doing right now. You come around and what you see is a dead, brushy area. Part of it is dead from the miasma. Part of it is dead from the fire that's going off into the distance to the north west. The fire is now raging pretty high as it's going that direction because everything in that path is already dead, and so it's very flammable. There is still a hint of the green miasma on the cut to pieces guard that is still twitching on one side. Then there's the burned guard, and you can't tell what happened to the third one other than that there's fire going off into the distance. But yeah, there is still some miasma there. The body is still moving. It just can't move forward at all. Okay. Do you say anything? Or you just let the evidence speak for itself?
Well, no, well, she said, show me. So I'm going to go ahead and gesture towards the miasma all over the ground. And I would like to get a reaction from this, from the motherly, the 80-year-old one.
The head mother.
And just get the head mother, just to get a reaction
She'll
from
say.
her to.
Still no real expression as she looks at it.
Okay. And then I'm going to use.
That's
one of
John,
my
isn't it not? She turns and looks at
John.
you, Altana. The guard
That's-
that's twitching.
I'm sorry, that's who? What,
John.
What, John.
And it is. It's the guard.
That
John.
is John.
No.
Mm.
Poor guy.
Whatever is coming here has touched us now.
And what killed him? Or is he dead?
I do not know. I'm looking at Aramiel.
Right. None of us know.
Oh.
It's the green stuff.
And you said that it does what to the people that it touches?
It kind of like insta kills them and then turns them into these zombie walking creatures that want to spread the plague. It's not good.
I
You see,
actually
she's-
came into contact with the green light.
Yeah, it feels real bad.
It felt like death.
It's real bad.
And I say to the head mother, it is not consensual.
Also that.
And she heaves kind of a big sigh, which is about the most emotion you've seen her display so far. Well then, in the name of Brynbrand, I charge you to find out what caused it and what will end it. And each of you feels something when she says those words. Each of you make a wisdom save.
Oh no.
I'm throwing my D20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Okay.
10.
That's a solid 6.
Mm. I got 14 and 5. I got 19.
Okay.
10 and 5 for 15.
Okay. What you recognize, Altana, and probably Aramiel too. Well, and actually, you're all spellcasters after a fashion, so you'll all recognize it. That without gesturing, without doing anything, she has cast a geas upon you, which means that you are beholden by God to do what she says. Now, your interpretation of how that happens. The thing is, Rob, Aramiel, you felt that. You felt that wash over you, that compulsion to do this, to find out what the problem is. And then it passes without sinking its hooks into you. Perhaps Nexus spoke up and said, no, you don't get to geas my paladin. Who knows? But what she said specifically echoes in Orkelia's and Altana's mind. Alex, roll me a perception check.
Orkelia is pissed now, by the way. She's real mad.
Did she feel? Did she feel what was going on?
I'm muted. 23.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Alex, you heard this. Cross heard this, and he felt, everybody within hearing range felt this, including all the clerics, what's left of the guards. You felt this too, and much like Ramiel, you felt it kind of, and then let go.
Listen, lady. I know I have to go on this stupid little scheme of yours against my will, which was completely non-consensual, which is your whole thing, isn't it?
She smiles a
It's
little
me.
bit and says, and interrupts you. I did not cast that. That is from Brynbrand herself.
Not my
I have
body.
no,
My God.
Oh my God.
And she smiles and she says, Bran is everybody's god in some fashion. Have you had a drink that made you feel less thirsty? Have you had a piece of clothing that was so soft that it made you feel wonderful to wear it? Have you listened to a tune that made you weep for joy or sorrow and express those emotions to get them out of you? Have you had a lover that made you feel happy? We are all children.
Nope, I can stop you right there. Because no, that one didn't happen. That one doesn't exist. Ha ha, not all of it.
She smiles. I pity you.
Yeah, me too.
But you are all Bryn Brands at some point in your life. And Bryn Brand loves us. And she loves them. And she gestures kind of in the directions that the villagers ran, which was kind of everywhere. She loves us. And if will destroy us, we need to know, she needs to know the answer to those questions.
I'm going to go talk to my voices.
I hate to say this, but for anybody who's listened to Plungers and Blunders, Orkelia storms out. I have to say that just like as a side note, this is a thing, like, and I storm off was a big thing.
Nice. And I storm off.
But this one is a valid reason to actually get mad and storm off with like a childlike elf just around her shoulder.
Okay.
She goes off to talk to her voices.
As you storm off, the head mother finally gets a decent look at the elf's face and says, "What is that you have there?"
None of your business.
What you guys see is the orc kind of shout that over her shoulder as she storms off. Which direction do you storm?
Further away from the fire.
Okay, so towards the opposite side of the camp, or do you leave the camp?
I think I would. You know what? If I can get to just outside the edge of the camp, because this is still at this point, I can't be traveling on my own with this stuff out there, and she's aware enough about that, and she likes people and all the things. But yeah, you know, nobody likes to be told what to do, and she's a free spirit, and now she's got to go on a mission of something she spent 2 episodes trying to run away from.
Damn gods.
It's just I
Now
hate when they do that. They just have all this power and they decide like, oh no, these people don't have the big power, so we're just gonna make them do whatever they want us to do. And you know what? I'm sick of it. I don't like it. It's not fair. I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this.
So Altana and Aramiel, you have some familiarity with this spell because it's sometimes used pretty frequently in religious circles. You know, to make sure people say, oh yeah, we're going to do this. And they're like, no, you're going to do this. When it's something very important, it's very seldom used. It's a very high level spell. Often most of the clerics can't cast it. It's too high. You've never seen the head mother cast this before. So if she's that high, she's hit it fairly well. But what you know is that it gives you, you know, it's a mission, but it doesn't give you how. It, you know, there's interpretation that's involved. So finding out what caused it, you guys can't go into it. How are you going to do that? You know, finding out how to beat it. Is there somebody else that can do that for you? You know, there's a lot of different ways that can go. So the fact that you have this doesn't really change what you're doing yet. And there's ways it can be removed as well, but those are also high level, and you can't find these outside of the big city. The seat of power, where you could find people and clerics who could remove things like that, but not here. All right, Cross. You notice during your perambulations that the clerics, the ones that are still there, are actually being very efficient at packing stuff up. There are a few things like a broken cup here from a panicked villager, a couple of torn pieces of fabric on the side of one of the wagons. But for the most part, it's been pretty unscathed, and there is a lot of fairly valuable stuff out here, which might explain why they had guards, that the Brynbrand's clerics travel in absolute comfort. There's fine fabrics, there's the cups, the silverware is really nice, you know, that they were feeding people with. Everything just, it's like a pleasure to look at and a pleasure to hold. And it's getting packed up very efficiently by these clerics. The guards are looking outwards, waiting for something, and they've actually moved from where their stations had initially been to be more towards where the fire and the miasma are. But they have not left the camp. And they're still keeping, they're doing this thing, watching the out, watching the in, watching the out, watching the in, eyes riding around a lot. What do you do?
Oh, well, my envision of what I was doing was, because she was like, what can be moved, what can't? So he wants to leave. He's tired. He's like, he obviously knows it got that the whatever the hell it is got here as fast basically as we did. And he's like, what are we doing? Let's just leave. And so his whole idea, in my head, the idea was going to be like, he went, did an assessment of the camp, gathered up all the like small things that maybe the patrons left in a hurry that's even worth picking up.
Okay.
And then walks up to the lady in charge and just drops it and goes, gives her a full assessment of the camp, goes, this is what can be moved, this is what can't, this is, and here's everything everybody left behind. Can we please fuck off now?
Okay, and you're saying that to the head mother or to Altana?
To Altana, because I don't, I'm assuming I can kind of feel how powerful this other lady is, and I ain't talking to her like that.
Yeah. Okay, so Altana, Cross comes up to you, drops a big bag at your feet and says what he just said.
Gives me exactly the answers that I wanted. And so I nod, looking at him, and I turn to Aramiel and say, Paladin, what you have brought into my camp, I need to know how much power we have. What can you do to keep us safe?
What? Okay. I thought you were like accusing. Anyways, my suggestion is we get the fuck out of here as quickly as possible. Per the usual.
I want.
Cross kind of, I think, has a better idea of what she wanted to hear or see. And I'm going to grab, does Aramiel have any like small items, like maybe the size of a coin or something on his person that I can just see?
Who, Aramiel? Is that who you're
Yeah.
talking about? Well, he's got a coin purse, you know, that's tucked into his belt. Most people wouldn't dare rob somebody as heavily armed as him. He's got his holy symbol, which is, you know, hanging around his neck. Everything else is like inside his armor.
Okay, what does his holy symbol look like?
Of Nexus, it's like a sunburst of arrows that go every direction.
Okay, that probably wouldn't be. Does it have like a circle on it that like the chain attaches to it, like the top of it, or is it just attached? Okay, I'm going to attempt to literally take it off of his neck and throw it into the air and shoot through the circle.
Yeah, it's not actually hollow, so you would damage it if you do that.
Okay, then I'm gonna take a coin. I'm gonna attempt to that's what I thought. I thought there might have been a circle that it attaches to. Okay, so I'm just gonna pilfer. I'm not even from Aramiel. I'm just gonna pull a coin out of my pack, flick it into the air, and I'm gonna attempt to shoot it with the crossbow.
Okay, roll to hit.
Does I mean, I hope it does. Does a 17 plus 12 hit?
Yes, it does. Altana, all of you see this, but it's clearly he came up, he looked at you, he dropped the bag, pulls a coin out of his pack with kind of a saucy flourish, throws it up into the air, pulls out his hand crossbow, hits it before right in
Oh,
the
no,
center
it's
of
a full crossbow. It's a heavy crossbow.
your big crossbow.
Yeah.
Hits it and actually splits the coin in half. It destroys the coin, and the two halves kind of go tink tink right at your feet.
Is that what more you were looking for? Because that's what I have to offer.
Very good. My last question is, how does the creature affect what we want? I have to know more about her. And to whom do I ask this question? And so I think I want to, sorry, I'm trying to get back to Mono's Ball page. I speak a one-word command. I want to do a command spell within 60 feet. I want them to tell me what they know of the creature that I don't understand yet, which is the component.
Okay. You throw a command spell. What is the save on that? It should say DC. DC on the save on the sheet.
Okay. My command spell. Sorry.
No worries.
It's one. So I'm not seeing this.
I was a caster.
60 feet. Time is 1A. Range is 60 feet. Oh, DC 15. Is
All
that
right.
right? I'm sorry. I can't see very well.
Okay.
Yes. Wisdom 15. Is that the right thing?
That is the
Hit
right thing. So
DC?
you guys need
Okay.
to roll me wisdom save, DC 15.
Me included?
No, just the two that you cast it on.
Okay.
I think you can only cast it on one person. So
Okay.
choose which one.
So I guess I feel like I want to cast it on Ramiel just because he's the one I trust the most to have the information I want.
Okay. So roll wisdom save. Rob?
No. Got a 17.
Okay, so
5,
even with
22.
that, you've made it. You cast the spell. He sees you gesture at him. Rob, what you see is Altana, the cleric. She kind of gestures at you and she utters a word, and you don't feel anything, so you're just kind of looking at her like. So what do you do? How do you respond to that?
I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna go, what the fuck? That's it, Altana.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Is Orkelia still carrying the component off in a direction?
I
Yeah.
feel like I should have asked Orkelia.
Oh yeah, Orkelia is not putting her down anywhere.
Mhm.
Okay.
She doesn't know,
Cross-
she doesn't trust. This is her baby, like,
Yeah,
and it's like
'Cause you
carrying
could've-
5 pounds, like.
So
because you
Cross-
could have just asked.
and I noticed Cross is kind of like done with everybody just standing around, and he's like, look, I don't know, look, I don't know who the hell you guys are, but I'm leaving and I've done my part. So you either come on with us or bye. And he starts heading off in Orkelia's direction because once again, he's not letting the component out of his sight.
Okay, and the component is very nearly out of the sight. Ellie, where are you
Ooh.
taking the component? Where are you going? Because you stormed off, but where did you storm
Right.
off to?
Well, just outside of the camp.
Okay, on the east side, west side, north side.
Opposite
Okay.
side of fire.
Okay, so the east side. Okay. All right. So right
And I didn't get a
now,
response. So now I'm pretty
Aramiel,
pissed off too.
Aramiel and Altana can no longer see Orkilia and the component.
Ooh,
Cross
gonna
just
move.
said his piece and left. You just said to Altana, "What the hell?" And she's not responded. So are you?
So,
What are you?
and then I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna walk towards Orkilia and the
Oh,
component.
to where last you saw her.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Okay. The head mother turns and looks at you, Altana, or she's still been standing there just watching this whole thing, and says, "You should be following them, because that is your charge now. I hope to see you in the future." And she turns and she walks away and starts casting orders to the various clerics and guards packing up the camp. Does not look at you again right now. And you have the distinct feeling that you have been cut loose and unmoored to go do what you need to do.
And commanded. And so I follow the group.
Okay. So, Arkelia, you're off to the other edge of camp. It's still brush, scrub oaks and stuff that kind of obscure the horizon. It's middle of the night. It's probably 2, 3 in the morning. It's cold. It's marshland, so that there's always kind of some water in the air, at least on this side of the camp. Certainly wasn't on that side of the camp. With the miasma, you have a unconscious component hanging over your shoulder. Roll me a perception check.
Perception is 16.
Okay. You can hear the bustling behind you in the camp and the orders of the clerics and stuff. You hear footsteps kind of coming up behind you a little bit. Like that have come out of the camp after you.
What those footsteps are walking up to is very much just personal ranting.
Okay, Cross, as you approach, this is what you hear.
It's not fair. I'm a good person. I pick up people and I take care of them. And all I want to do is make sure that everybody's entertained in a happy place. And then I walk into this place and there's suddenly fire everywhere and everybody's blaming me for everything. And everything thinks that I killed somebody and I would never kill you. No, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to protect you with my life, with everything I have. And I don't know what's going on with you, but we're going to figure that shit out. And also now I have to go to this place to figure out the shit that's going down, and I just wanted to get away. And I just wanted to be safe, and I just want to be safe and happy. And usually this is where you start chiming in, voices. This is usually where you have something to say, or you have a little bit of help going on here. You're being very quiet right now. It's super not helpful.
So, Cross, this is what you're hearing as you come up on her.
Anything. Now would be a really good time. Maybe you could cut ties with whatever I'm supposed to be doing by this god that I don't even follow. And everybody's got a god. Yeah, they're all real. I don't follow this one. I don't follow the other one. I follow you guys because you're actually in my head, so I know you're real. But
Someone's got to stop me.
I'm not even gonna attempt to unpack everything that just happened there. But we should probably get going. He kind of pulls out a loaf of bread that he pilfered from the camp, and tosses it to her, and it's just I don't know what the voices are saying. This is what I'm saying. We should probably leave.
you stole this, didn't you?
What?
You stole this, didn't you?
Just kind of tosses his arms up and keeps walking.
You know what? I don't care.
Okay, Aramiel, kind of behind everybody else, you are approaching this, and what you see is Orkilia eating a piece of bread, and boy, that sounds really good right now. Component still over her shoulder, Cross there, just shaking his head.
We could probably keep. Oh, never mind. Let me know when you actually get to us.
No, you.
So I'm
It's your.
close.
It's you guys right now.
Okay.
The rest of Altana is coming up behind Aramiel, you see, and Aramiel is approaching from the edge of the camp, clearly looking for you. So,
Your lady is rude.
Are you talking to Altana?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, because that would sound mine. I mean, I'm just gonna walk up and say like, you didn't think you were gonna leave me behind, and that's it.
Apparently, I
Yeah,
can't
keep
leave
on.
any of you behind.
My lady is wise and has a plan, and I trust that if she said that we have something to figure out, we do.
You know, people with a plan, we're all wise and shit. They should just say what they mean. You know, we don't need these puzzles. We've already got this other stuff going on. I've got a child now, apparently. We don't need more added to our plate. You know, this whole guessing game thing, not my jam. And wait, are they not coming with us? Are we traveling alone? Do we not have any caravans? Are we literally going to be camping outside by ourselves this whole time on this stupid little trek to wherever?
I wanna like look over my shoulder, and I don't know if everybody's seen like the meme from oh my god, I can't remember the show, but it's the one where everyone's about to be hanged, and the other person looks over. It's like the one thing where it's like, oh, first time, huh? It's kind of like that looking back at Orkelia. Oh, the first time, kind of like alone in the wilderness. Cool story.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, absolutely.
All right.
okay.
Well, listen, I don't.
No
camp
real
very
sympathy
well,
there.
So we're gonna have to find a town.
Perhaps the
What I-
first thing is that you could all tell me what is going on with the heap around your neck.
My baby? This is my baby.
This is your baby. Tell me about your baby.
Why should we?
He's got a valid point. You know, I don't always
I'm
agree.
not sure yet.
Red?
All we've gotten from you is, well, I mean, I didn't, but everyone else, I noticed your lady put some sort of spell on him, and usually people put spells on us. I don't really give up free information to those kind of people. So please tell me, why should we tell you anything? Why should we let you follow us?
That's 2 points for Craft.
I don't think there's any letting happening at this point in any of this situation. All of us has been
Cross immediately at her saying there is no letting, pulls out the crossbones and just kind of like, are you trying to tell me that that you're ordering me?
I am. And I cast a charm person spell on him.
Oh no.
All right. What's the DC on the save?
I would love. Can I roll to see if I notice she's? Because I also have charm person, so I want to know if I recognize that's what she's doing.
Yeah. Roll me an intelligence check. All right. So Altana, what is the DC on that save for that spell?
Let's see.
Did you get a 20? Is that a 20?
15.
19, but
Real
Right.
quick. Intelligence isn't in 5e. Is that like a wisdom or perception or?
It's a straight intelligence check,
Uh,
or actually
Oh, I see. I
a
see.
spell.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to
Gotcha.
say, I'm smart enough to figure that out.
Mine's a 15. Is that what I tell you? Or do I tell you my
If it says whatever it says for the DC.
yeah, 15.
Okay, so
Attack
Cross,
save.
you make it. It does not affect him. Clearly, these people are spell resistant,
Mm-hmm.
not like villagers, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what did you roll?
do I feel that she tried to cast something on me?
Roll me. What is the 5e's different?
Like an Arcana
spell.
check.
Yeah, Arcana check.
Yeah. Okay. And I need 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
14 was mine, by the way.
Okay. For 14, since you already know that spell, oh yeah, you recognize that. Yeah, you know that verbal component like the back of your hand. So you know that that's what she just tried to do. Maybe
There's
tells you a little something about Bryn Brand's secrets, eh? Yeah,
Mhm.
Cross?
14
14 for the
to Arcana check.
for the Arcana. You know that she casts a spell, but you don't know what it is.
Okay.
But it didn't work, right?
It did not work. And you're not sure if she cast it on you or just near you.
Okay.
Well, that went well.
I don't know what you just did, but I'm not sure I like it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't.
Okay,
Oh,
clearly
Looks over
the
at her
orc.
like really? And I'm going to attempt to I'm gonna attempt to shoot like a crossbow bolt as close to her as humanly possible.
As to which person? At Altana or Orcalia?
Altana.
At Altana. All right, you cast a spell on, or tried to cast a spell on Cross.
Huh?
Generally, in most places, considered a big no-no to cast them on other people without their consent. But you did it again, and it didn't seem to work. And he pulls out his crossbow and shoots a bolt at you.
Mm-hmm.
Roll to hit, or in this case, Alex, roll to miss.
15 plus 12, so 27.
Okay. Every time you've seen him pull that bow, it is like it's an extension of his arm. It's just, it flows like a way a great big heavy crossbow should not flow. And he pulls it out and he aims it at you, and it's big, it's right in your face, and he shoots it. And you know, because of how he's moved with it, that he purposefully has the bolt miss you and go right here.
So as soon as that happens, I pick up component and like pass her to Aramiel and just hold this, and then turn and like step in between the two of them again, just like full height. Guys, listen. We could fight the whole way there. We could be angry. We could have a real bad time. And frankly, I don't want to do this in the first place. So, hear me out. We work together as best we can until we figure this shit out. Yeah? Come on. It's going to be more fun this way.
You know, so Orcalia has stepped in between Cross and Altana, who are looking like, you know, both of you are looking like you're going to have a bit of a tiff here. And she said, and has just said that the component is no longer in her arms.
So, and I'm hyper aware of where she is.
Cross pulls back the crossbow and like looks at Orcalia and says, "She cast another spell on me again. I'm not missing," and just kind of like walks away.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And you hear that? Like, just no more spells. No more spells at him. No more crossbows at her. Like, how this is a neutral zone between all of us. Neutral zone. Okay.
I hear you. And figure this shit out is my main objective.
Great.
Either we work together to do that, or we're hiding shit from each other.
Well, you know, we're still probably gonna have to hide a bunch of shit from each other because, like, I don't know you, you don't know me, but we'll figure it out along the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Orcalia, you're very sure you have a white hair in there somewhere.
It's like, it's been a day.
Okay, and Rob or Aramiel, as you're holding the component, you know, that tiny, very broken body, her breathing is actually pretty even and like sleep, but she's not waking up.
Yep.
Okay, but you
What
have
can
the
I
component
cast?
there.
When I have her, I guess she's not here right now, so casting like cure wounds, it's not going to do anything.
As you're looking at her wounds that she had, they all look healed over, like somebody
Okay.
has potentially already done that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And
Yeah.
after a couple, after both of them have kind of like angrily walked away from me, I'll just turn back around and be like,
I thank you.
Take her back. We'll tell Shauna she's been replaced by a
Right.
wonderful fluffy cat.
I mean,
Cat.
she was a snake yesterday. Now she's a cat.
Yeah. All right.
right. Well,
So as
well,
you're
that's it.
looking out into the darkness, the camp, pretty quickly and efficiently behind you, you can hear that they have packed up and the horses have been pulled out and the wagons begin moving. And they're moving down the road right through you. So you're going to have to step to the side if you're still on the road. And the camp will go past you. Not a single person in the camp acknowledges you as they go by because the head mother does not acknowledge you as she goes by.
The least they could have done was given us a caravan. I mean, that's just so rude.
Oh, I can't hear you, Karen.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mother superior sent me to figure out what you all are doing, and I agree that we could have had
A caravan.
some help.
She's
At
rude.
least one wagon and a horse. Since the buff guy doesn't want to carry shit. A horse would have been good.
That, as the caravan goes through, it's only 4 wagons. It goes through very quickly. The clerics, some of them are walking, some of them are riding. The guards are definitely all riding, flanking it. Heavily armed caravan for only 4 wagons. But they pass you and then they're gone into the darkness and you guys are alone in the dark. Dawn will be coming in just a couple of hours.
Wait. Before they're completely gone,
Mm-hmm.
can I just as they're passing, can I just run up to Cross like,
Hey man, you know that thing we were talking about you not stealing shit? Now's a good time to go steal some shit.
What's the last thing to pass?
It's the head mother's wagon.
damn it.
And it's more like it's definitely a little more armed, heavily armed, but on the side, like with all the wagons, like most wagons do when they're traveling, there's cooking pots, there's bags of stuff slung underneath, there's stuff slung on top. That's a number of people to be traveling with just 4 wagons. So the wagons are pretty loaded down. There's food, there's, different things on the outside of the wagon. There's no like weapons or anything, but there's definitely stores.
And how many? And are there any guards and behind the wagon that would
Oh,
see anything
absolutely.
fall off?
Absolutely. There's only 5 guards left, so there's 2 at the front, 2 at the back, and 1 going up and down the side.
So as Orkelia says that, he kind of looks over and goes, "How are you at doing distractions?"
I got it.
So I will run kind of in front again, or Emil gets component. Run up in front of the mother's wagon and just stop dead in front of her and just go,
Wait! I still owe you a song.
There's a beat while the wagon keeps going.
oh God.
And then she raises a hand and everything stops. And she turns to you and says, "The great noise, right?"
I mean, that's what they call me.
Well, that was the name of your bardic troupe that you were with before they ran into the darkness
That's
and
what they
burned up.
call me.
Okay.
Yep, that's us.
The great noise. I would like a happy song.
So
No expression.
are the guards kind of like paying? Is everyone kind of gathering around her for the song, or have the guards ridden up in front of the wagon? Or are they still in view of the wagon?
They're still in view of the wagon. I mean, this is the head mother and stuff. But there are only 2 guards, and you're very good. But yeah, the guards are still where they are. The caravan has stopped because it is clear that it's being controlled from the back and not the front. And and she's turned to look at you, and there's a reason that these people all serve Brimbrand. And yeah, the ones that are in the front wagons lean out to listen. The ones that aren't in wagons turn to listen. So you feel, Orkelia, all eyes on you.
I only know one stanza of this, so here we go.
But while this is going on, I am gonna make a stealth check, and you can make me make as many checks as you need, but I'm gonna attempt to what is there to, like, I guess I wouldn't know yet, but I was gonna say what is possible to be stolen, but
It does look like there's some food slung in some bags underneath the wagon. There's some cookie pots along the side. There's a thing of what looks like wood on one of the sides, like for campfires and stuff like that. There's another thing that looks like it's a little basket full of metal and wooden teacups, white teacups, but they're there. There's plates, just that kind of thing, and it's along the sides of all the wagons, including the head mothers.
okay.
All right, so what you'll need to do is roll a stealth check to get up there, a perception check to look and see what you need, what you want to steal, and then a
Please tell
sleight
me
of
it's
hand check to actually steal it. Okay,
Well-
Orkelia, sing.
She like flips over her lute and starts playing. Please tell me it's not a nat bad. Please tell me.
Okay, roll me a performance check.
I can't see his.
Isn't that good?
Yay! All right. 2 cans of beer a day, and that's your bleeding lot. But now we got an extra 2 cans. So we'll put on our civic clothes and just go right up on the shore. A sailor's not a sailor, dusty like he was before. Oh! That's all I know of that song. But hey,
Yeah, but but you keep going on that, and it's cheerful, and after just a moment, some of the other clerics are going like this with it and stuff, and the guards are still looking, but you can see they're kind of listening. Like I said, there's all a reason that they worship Brimbrand. They like pleasure, and music is pleasure, and stuff. And after just a moment, the head mother, roll me your performance check.
my cat is in my way. Stop it, baby. Performance. 17. It was a low roll.
Okay, but that's still enough to get the head mother's foot tapping. Biggest compliment you've probably ever had. Piece of stone, foot tapping. All right, Cross, what did you roll for your stealth check?
20.
Okay, so all of a sudden he's like air and smoke, crosses the wind. Even you guys don't see when he leaves you. You're like, wait, he was right here. What the hell? And stuff. So now roll me your perception check to see if you know if you can figure out what to take.
Okay. 14 plus 6. So a 20.
Another 20,
but not
yeah.
a nat 20.
Not a nat 20, but still really good. You get up there and you see that on her wagon specifically, that there is a bag of what looks like smoked meat. There is a smaller bag that's got like some really pretty embroidered stuff on it that you think might be a kind of an expensive tea. There is a few loaves of bread, and kind of up towards closer to the head mother's where she's standing at the back of the wagon. There is a little side box that's kind of long that looks a little more ornate that doesn't have a lock on it.
Dare I? Dare I?
There.
So, oh God, I want to so bad.
She sent us on a mission. It was rude. Take her shit.
And it's Brimbrand, so if you want to, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all under the light of Brimbrand, so it's all good, right?
Mm.
Well, and Tanya, so I'm chaotic good. Do I have a problem with what Cross is doing right now?
Does he even know what I'm doing right now?
No, they
Yeah,
have
that's a
you have
question.
no idea, but he knows what Orkelia said to you.
Okay.
And stuff, but no, you are an agent, you're a paladin, yes, but you are an agent of chaos. And what chaos is about is individual freedoms and individual choices, not the rule of law,
Right.
but personal choice.
Good.
Which can be which can be problematic in a culture where you need laws to keep things consistent and safe. But
Right.
in this particular situation, I mean, it's the rule of the person. They can certainly make the choices that they want to make for them.
Cool.
That's
Good.
part of how it is.
All right, sweet deal.
We can get food and stuff anywhere. I'm sure we can hunt and stuff. I want what's in the ornate box.
Okay, roll me a it's not a picklocks anymore, whatever that is.
Oh, it would be a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. 3.5, baby.
Still pretty good because I have a high bonus. 12 plus 9, that's still a 21.
Okay, you pick the lock handily. And when you open it up, you see a silk lining, beautiful silk lining. And in that is a cup, like a chalice, very fancy cup. There's jewel work on it and stuff. And what looks to be the symbol of Bryn Bran on the inside of the rim of the cup. Your guess would be maybe a religious artifact. You don't know, or maybe she just likes a fancy cup. But it is a very fancy cup. It's solid gold, and you can tell from the weight.
So, and that was up near the front of the wagon.
No, that's near the back of the wagon, right by her.
Ooh, okay. I don't want to push my luck. I think this is worth more than everything else you described. So I'm out.
Okay, so you try to take it.
Yes.
Okay, roll me a second sleight of hand.
I thought you said it was unlocked.
No, that's what
Something-
the first sleight of hand was for, was to unlock it.
Oh,
You opened it. Now you've opened it, and now it's like now's the thing of taking it. You don't know if there's a magical ward. You don't know of anything like that. So now taking it's a different thing than seeing it.
does 18 plus 9.
Yeah. Okay, you can feel it. Oddly, no magical wards or anything like that. You handily just kind of like lift it out of there. Come home to me, baby. Do you close the lid?
Yeah, I don't want her realizing it's gone until she tries to use it.
Okay, you close the lid. Roll me a stealth check to get back out of there. Orkelia's song. Orkelia, everybody's tapping the foot. The clerics are kind of dancing. Aramiel and Altana, you can see that happening as you're back there behind the wagon. What was your stealth check across?
13 plus 11.
Okay,
So 20.
24. So you
Sorry, yeah, 24.
okay. You guys don't really see Cross unless you're actively looking for him. Then I will have you roll a perception check. But you haven't really, Aramiel, you've had a chance to see Orkelia sing, and you didn't realize she's really good. Who knew? Before you were kind of in your cups, and so it didn't really phase you so much. But now it's like, okay, the orc can sing. Altana, you've never seen that before. She's actually performing pretty nicely. She got the head mother to tap her foot. You've never seen that. Even your bards haven't done that. But that's maybe part of why you've been kind of following the great noise around for the music. But what do you two do while they're back watching all of this go on?
Well, I've got component in my hands
Yes, you do.
again. So I'm just kind of sitting here like muttering sweet nothings to this, Sleeping Beauty.
Oh,
We say after we've seen the photos.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Just like that one picture.
I'm gonna
but
approach
it's-
the component and see what I can figure out.
Okay. What
And I'm gonna be protective as fuck.
Yeah, she's just looking.
Getting
Altana
closer. I
approaches
mean,
you.
This is what I have the most curiosity. I'm sensing that this is the unknown element here that I don't understand. And so
Okay.
here's my opportunity with everybody looking elsewhere that I'm going to go, what is up? It's
Okay.
what I tried to cast the spell for. That
All
didn't
right.
work.
You get close, and because of your history of the two places where you grew up, when you get close enough, you know what this is. That this is a magical component that's used by the alchemages and the alcons. As you lean over closer and you look at the heavily scarred and damaged body, the hair that's missing, an eye that's missing, an arm that's missing. It's just been, the amount of pain associated with that kind of makes your skin crawl a little bit as you look at her. Roll me a Constitution save.
10
Plus your Constitution modifier.
plus my Constitution modifier is +4, 14.
Okay. You don't throw up, but it definitely makes you queasy to look at this really tortured and tormented body. It's she's very small. It's clear it's a female. One of the ears is missing, but the other ear looks like a human ear, but it's got freshly cut wound on the top of it. So roll me a wisdom roll. See if you can figure out what she is.
That's a 7 + 5.
Okay.
Still.
Well, you're not sure,
hmm
but the first person who owned you didn't have one. Sarama did, but they were kept away from everybody else and all of the other components. But you think maybe it's an elf, but you're not sure. And if that's the case, it's actually a fairly rare component. Do you say anything?
It's still in Aramiel. So Aramiel's still pretty much the only one I've interacted with. I
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
Paladin, where did this creature come from? How did this creature come to you?
We do not know. She came into the camp. She may be where the green light started. But again, we do not know.
And so you've come in the direction from the light all this time.
One more time.
You've come from the direction of the green light.
Oh yeah, that's what. It's actually what we've been running from all day.
I
Tana,
think
roll
they
me
have a. Mhm.
roll me an insight check.
Just to clarify, that's not news. We've been saying the whole time. Yeah, we came from the green light. We came to.
Yeah.
11 + 5 is 16.
Okay.
Oh.
What you see is that, he sounds pretty certain about what he's saying. But there is one thing towards the beginning that rang false, like he was fudging things just a little bit. But for the most part, he seems pretty convinced of what he's saying. So Aramiel, she's getting real close. She's looking at the component.
Mhm.
You know that you can see that she's seen all of this. Do you say anything or do anything besides answer that question?
Well, I'm gonna kind of start walking away from her and look for Cross because I notice that Cross is nowhere to be seen.
Well, yeah, you can definitely notice he's not there. You know that Orkelia had told him, let's go take some stuff. I'll distract. And so she'd gone forward and he had gone as he does.
Okay.
But if you want, you can roll a perception check to see if you can see where he's at. If
Get
you
a
walk away
better
from
feel.
her, you kind of have, a few choices. You can walk into the dark away from the wagons, or you can walk towards the wagons. Which one do you choose?
Can I walk out into the woods away from the wagons, but still in like eyesight so I can see everybody?
You can take a few steps off the road, yeah, before the brush
Yeah.
gets too heavy and you can't see stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
He answers your question, Altana, and then he turns and he walks away just a little ways off into the side of the brush by the side of the road. All right.
Okay. I'm back in one of those places where I feel like I don't know what to do, because I feel like between what my intentions are and what's actually happening when I take action are not meshing,
Yeah.
you know?
And
So
some of that is if you maybe said what your intention is and then
Yes.
say, what do I do to do
Right.
that? Then we
Right.
can help you with that.
So what I think that I'm trying so hard to do is get more information from all these people. And I'm not getting it. And so I think that's what I need help with. I need to persuade better. I need to,
Well, and
Well, also
you're a very
also-
wise person. You're a very wise person. And what you understand is that clearly, as you're looking at these people, that they feel that there's some risk here
Mhm,
in letting
mhm,
you know
mhm,
what's going on.
mhm.
And roll me a wisdom check, because you're a very wise
And-
person.
Yeah. And we don't know everything that's going on right now either. So that's another thing that's kind of tough. Is you're
Right,
trying to
so-
get like
So
information
also,
about something.
trust
Okay.
is earned.
Yeah, exactly.
A 17 plus 5. So that's
Okay, so that's actually very good. So
22.
your wisdom and your experience tells you, because you've experienced a lot of things in your life, is that first of all, trust is earned. You don't tell everybody everything, and so it's not a surprise when other people don't. And perhaps time is what needs to happen here.
Mhm,
You know, because clearly the more aggressive stance, throwing spells on people and demanding, is not working.
right.
These people are strong enough to where, you know, you're used to dealing with mundane people who don't have a lot of ability, and it's clear that these are not them, and so they have to be handled a little more carefully to get what you
Mhm.
want.
And so I want uh and so I want to communicate with them that I am not a threat, and that I want more information, and that honestly I think I have skills to participate
Okay,
in
so
whatever it is that they want to achieve.
then maybe what needs to happen here is that you say that.
Mhm.
You know, hey guys, I know this has been a rough beginning, but you know, because like I said, you're very wise, but you're used to being the one on top. You're used to being the boss, you
Mhm.
know, the person of authority, as most religious people, you know, our higher level clerics are. And you're not a higher level cleric, but you're not a lower level cleric either. So while you're pondering that, we're going to go back to Cross and Orkilia. Orkilia, your song is ending. Cross, you have, well, you rolled me the stealth check to get back out of there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was really good.
24.
Yeah. So, and do you let her know that you're out of there now, or do you just go back?
As I get behind the wagon and behind the guards, so everybody's kind of looking at her. So if the guards are here, I'm behind them, but I can see her, and I kind of give her like a gesture of like, you know, like job well done, and then kind of like a gesture to come back.
And a part of my performance is just all right, everybody, that's my time. Thank you so much. I hope you really enjoyed that song, and farewell on your lovely escape. Bye.
Everybody applauds. It's the most appreciative audience you have ever honestly had. And they're cheering and stuff, and then they turn and the head mother gestures and the wagons start going. But as she passes you, her head turns to look at you and she smiles. And she turns away back to the stone face, and off they go.
Okay, bye-bye.
And now you are all alone in the dark.
Why is she so scary?
Everybody roll me a constitution check. Not a
No.
save, a check.
9. Cons,
13.
15.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cross, what was
16.
yours? Okay.
15.
15. Okay. All of you are tired.
Yeah.
We're coming up on dawn. You have been running and fighting literally all night because this started at the very beginning of the evening. It's only been one night, but it's been all night that it's been going and you are tired. But that thing is right behind you and you don't know how fast it's traveling or what's the vector for how it's spreading and stuff. What do you do?
How far away from the pass?
Okay.
Like that kind of like choke point you talked about.
Okay, Cross and Aramiel,
Mhm.
you are the two that have maps because you travel alone so much. You both have maps, and what you see is that you were actually here. We're going to do my rudimentary thing until I learn how to put it up there. That you are actually, oh, and it's backwards for everybody. I am so sorry. You're actually still pretty close to Miscula's tower. You're a good 4 days from the pass, from the pathless to get out of here, out of this area. Or you're a good day and a half to the northern ocean and a village that you guys know that's up there. It's marked on your map. Miscula City, which is a very large city, walled city that's right at the edge of the pathless, the pass going into the rest of the continent, is about 2 days away from you.
Is the rest of the continent accessible by ship? Like, is there another dock? Is there another dock? Like, because sometimes there's big mountain ranges that prevent you from docking. On another
Yeah,
part of the
you're
continent.
aware that the pathless is where a mountain range starts. That does make getting, which is why Miscula chose this area. It's very cut off, and so you would have to go through the land. You'd be going through the mountains once you got off the, out of this marshy area. But there's ocean surrounds the whole continent, and so at the south and the north, you do have direct access to the ocean. There are fishing villages dotted all along the coast where you could potentially get a boat. So you do have options that way. You can go straight east, which is like directly away from the light, or you can go north or south to hit the ocean and try and get a boat.
But we'd still have to transverse everything around. We couldn't just like get a ship and then hop over to the other side of the other part of the continent where there's like that choke point. It would be a longer journey because we have to go around.
It would be a longer journey, yes.
Okay.
Depending on where you were going. For a ship journey to go from the furthest, the closest southern village to you that you're aware of, to the closest village that's on the other side of the other part of the continent past the mountains, you would still have to, unless you go all the way around the continent, you're still going to have to go around the mountains unless you go north. If you take the northern ship, you can go get to the wastes, which is dangerous, but also a much faster route to the seat of power if that's where you're headed, to civilized lands. And depending on how the miasma travels, maybe that's safer, maybe it's not. But it's definitely where Donner told you guys to take the component.
The other thing is, do I feel any draw from like that god that has declared I must do the thing?
Not yet. Not yet.
So Cross kind of communicates this to the party, like here's our options. So we either walk to the pass, which we know is around the 4-day journey, or we take our chances in the city, which honestly, with even the best disguise, someone's gonna notice.
Yeah.
But the city is a fester route. We could probably get a ship, and we don't know how this thing travels. but I do think we should get this person too. Who's it, Thorin? They're probably gonna know what to do. And if they
but the know what to do is chop her into tiny bits and use her for magic.
you're also in charge, you're also in command. She can't take her from you.
Unless she kills me.
Well, that's why we're here.
What, you're gonna protect me?
I'm protecting my interest. I don't want her to fucking chop her up and fucking destroy the world. She's better an archer.
I'm confused by your drive.
I like to keep my eyes on what I think is the most important thing.
Okay.
Because in someone else's hands, I don't know what the hell's going on. In my hands, I have power. I have control. Or at least, you do.
I'm confused about why we're heading where and why.
Oh, right. So
Because so far, I don't know what I know and what I know.
Yeah. Okay. Just so out of character, we'll say, you know where you are in the land.
Of course.
You did different on the map there. You're off on an eastern tangent. You know, Miskula is kind of looked down on by the other Alcons, but he is the second most powerful, so nobody can actually just like
Right.
shut
But I
him
guess I
off.
just don't know why Cross is saying that's where they need to head. These people I've newly joined. I'm like, I don't know where
exactly,
they have
and that is because that there's information your character has not received.
exactly.
She
I
weren't
don't
there
know.
when they got her, so
Right.
so that's exactly in character to go. I don't know what's going on. That
Why
way.
are you heading there? Right.
And did you guys say the name of the person that he told you to take her to?
I don't
He
remember.
just did, I
it
think.
was Thorin, correct?
Yeah, Thorian. Mhm.
Florian.
Thorin.
Who
I did
works for
say
Miskula?
Thorin, yes.
No, and you know, they invoked the name of Thorian. Thorian is the leader of your entire country. She is the most powerful Alcon in the world.
Mhm,
She's been the boss for as long as you've been alive.
Mhm.
And from what you guys understand, she's been the boss for a long time. So she's the head. She's like the empress, only her power, you know, she's got that authority because of the amount of magical power that she has.
But she's likable, is the thing. Like people like
Yes.
her, right?
That's the way that, you know, what you guys hear.
So
So I guess what I want to know is why Cross is saying to this group, which is new to me, that that's where we're headed.
Well, then
right?
what you would do is you would say in character, I say, and then say in those words,
Uh-huh.
why do you want to take her there?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just ask the question
Okay.
because you don't know. And so as in character, you're going to have to ask.
Okay. And so in character, I say, and why do we want to go there? Why do we want to take her there?
oh, right. Okay, so the way I ended up with her, which we gotta come up with a name for you, honey. Anyway, the way we got her, was this guy kind of stumbled out of the woods covered in like green, and he handed me the keys to the person and said, take her to Thorian, and then he became a zombie and started creating more zombie things. And it was all bad, and I do not know what happened to the rest of my group, and I kind of hope they're okay, but some of them I don't really care. Anyway, so that's kind of how all that started. So like again, we didn't bring the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning, and we just got here, and this is what
We
happened.
can't stop the fire. And so because this person said take her to Thorian.
Yeah.
How do we know that take her to Thorian is the thing to do?
That was the question I was just asking. Because, yeah, you know, logically, here's the thing. If this person were just a thing, and somebody came along and said, hey, get this to the leader of your place, I'd be like, yes, sir, we're getting this to a place that's going to stop the world from exploding. But she's a person. and she's missing some bits, so I don't really think I should do that. You know? But also, if Thorius is the only way to know how to stop the green from destroying the world, a little help, guys.
Yeah, and so your motivation, I asked to cross, is your motivation to get Thorian what he wants, or is your motivation to take this thing that to stop the green miasma from spreading?
Thorian and she.
Lady,
Right.
my motivations are, for my own, but I can pretty much agree with the rest of. I assume everyone would agree that we don't want the world to turn into what we saw back there. That's not something I really want. I like living. I like the world, and I like living in it. So, and look, if we're all afraid that Thorian's gonna chop up this nice girl and use her to stop the inevitable end of our existence, then why don't we go and we ask her and we just talk to her about it, and we don't show her our full hand, as you obviously keep trying to ask us. You're like, hey, why don't you tell us everything that you know? Well, sometimes you don't want to do that. Sometimes you have secrets. Sometimes you have things maybe you just don't want people to know. And so why don't we go to Thorian and be like, hey, we saw this thing happen. Do you know anything about that? We just don't mention her.
So I hear what you're saying. Here's my question. How do you propose we get a meeting with the leader of the world?
Because I work for the leader of the world.
You suck.
And so you're saying if we got there, you think you could get us in the door?
Wait a minute.
Wait,
Hold
that's
on.
new information.
Yeah, no, that's big
Okay.
information. What I'm hearing
Just a quick note, Cross. One of the things that you know is you've never been hired by Thorian directly. It's always through sub people. You've never actually met Thorian.
But they don't know that.
But we don't know
That's
that.
right. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that, but they don't know that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Here's what I'm hearing is I want to protect the asset, and why don't we bring it to the capital to my boss lady and lie to her about the thing that I was sent to find, that I found, and we'll bring back to her. But we just want information. Do you see how that doesn't really work?
Well, see, I wasn't sent to find her. I was sent to find some kobolds. Actually, if we could find those, that would be very helpful. Because then if we have them, then we have a reason to go see her.
But I want to know, as a arrow in my quiver, as a team, if we walk into Thorian, you working for her will get us in the door. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Interesting. All right.
Okay, Cross. Roll me a deception check.
And
Actually, not bad.
how do I know if I believe him? Do I do a
16 plus
perception?
4.
Well, yeah, in just a moment. He's rolling a
Okay.
deception.
Okay.
So a 20, a soft 20.
A soft 20. All right.
16 plus
So
4.
you need to roll me an insight, all of you, to see if you can tell what do you say.
I give him 19.
Wait, I'm sorry, you
was
said insight?
Insight, yes. To see if you can,
Insight.
if you believe what he's saying.
So 22.
Yeah, I got a 22 as well, 19-3.
I have an
Best.
18 plus 5, also 22,
Okay.
right?
These very savvy people, there is something that he just said that is not exactly true.
think I really want to bring my new baby to the court with you.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust it either.
I'm just saying, like, I don't trust you, man. I don't trust you.
What do you propose?
propose
Dragon.
that while I don't trust you entirely that what you're saying is true, I think you can still serve us to find out more information.
Woman, I ain't serving you in nothing.
Oh, we'll see
No,
about
no,
that.
I think she should serve us.
I think so too.
I'm in concurrence.
Oh,
And I
And
also
Cross-
think that serving me might serve you. Just saying from past experience.
Cross looks at her with the most disgusting look, like disgusted look on his face you could possibly muster.
Okay, go ahead.
And at this point, there's Orkelia's just side eyeing Aramiel like.
Like, what are we gonna do with this guy?
Are we also like? Are we all seeing this? Is this all happening?
Hi.
Wait, Cross.
Look,
What did you say you were looking
I'm just throwing out options here. Like, no one else is coming up with any ideas.
Because no one else has an agenda.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Already.
Said because no one has an agenda except for you.
That's fair. That's also a very good point. I've got one agenda: protect.
Same.
So that's like my thing. Also, now I have some god telling me I need to go do a thing.
So do you want to go march back at the tower and see what the big green glowing light is?
And not particularly.
I don't
There's
wanna
another
die.
option on the table then.
Nope.
Okay.
No,
so-
you haven't felt that light. It's not a good light.
I'm sure we can find out what the green light is without going towards the tower. I think we're smart enough.
Can
I
we
don't think you know
roll?
us very well, lady. Okay, so it was 4 days of camping to get to a ship. But a ship gets us away from the green and the fire in theory. Unless
2 days to the city with the chip, 4 days to the pass.
And I'm afraid to bring her to a city. I mean, I do a really great job with like the wig and the makeup and stuff, but like there are just a lot of scars and things that the makeup is just not gonna really hide. So on a ship, people tend to keep secrets on ships because they, like you, have their own agendas and they have their own shit. But we'd have to pay them to be really quiet unless we hide her.
Well, we can get a
Also,
small.
that took over a whole town in an hour and then traveled. I don't think we have 4 days. Shit.
I
guess
suggest we get a small ship.
Have any of us seen what this phenomena does when it hits the water?
no. I'm hoping it doesn't travel through fish.
Would the ship carry it?
Oh,
Only it from what I can tell, it only affects living beings, like with blood flowing and the things. So I don't think it would travel through like an inanimate object like a ship.
Like
or,
the ship, but the people on the ship.
But the people on the ship. But we would know pretty instantaneously if anybody was affected because it is instantaneous. Let me tell you, it tried to grab me once. It felt terrible. It tried to grab you too, didn't it? Ariel? Oh, it was so really
Yeah.
bad feeling.
and the chances of it lighting the ship on fire are pretty high.
It doesn't light things on fire. We light things on
Really?
fire.
Yeah, because it
Unless we light it on fire, then it can light things on fire.
Oh, okay.
and then we're just on a fire.
All
ship.
right.
And I still don't think we have 4 days to travel the water.
Aramiel? God, you wish you had a drink right now.
Can I find
Alcohol
one?
paladin.
No, it's just there's
Right.
nothing around you. The camp is gone and stuff. The only other camp that you know of, you can go to towns, do whatever, but it's just that sense of this would
Man,
be
I'm sobering
easier.
up.
You're sobering up.
Man, this game
Well,
just
So Mrs. Purveyor of the what? We need the name. We really need the name.
What
What are we calling her?
did they call her? They called her what do they call these people? They call them.
You're not gonna like what they call them. They call them components.
Components. No. It's opponent. No, Penny. We're gonna call her Penny. Penny. Her name is Penny. Until she tells us her name is Penny.
All right.
All right.
Since you're the one who's the, I don't want to say owner because I know you're not gonna like that, but since you're the one in charge of Penny, where the fuck are we going? 'Cause I'm staying with Penny.
You're staying with Penny.
I'm staying with Penny as well.
And Orkelia, you're staying with Penny.
My baby.
And our goal with Penny is what?
To protect her at all costs.
Not to go back to what's his name?
Miscula.
Misculus. Away from Misculus. Our goals with Penny are protect from Misculus and
Save the world. Does that sound doable?
how do we use Penny to save the world other than keeping her away from Misculus? What is she doing?
I mean, she's clearly incredibly powerful. She may not even know how to do anything yet, but I watched her set a giant thing on fire and it looked like she had surprised herself.
You're telling me that she's magic? This is the first time I'm hearing that.
No.
What?
No. I don't know what I'm talking
Roll
about.
me an insight check, Altana.
Spontaneous fire happens, things just happen sometimes.
13 plus.
It's your wisdom.
It's my wisdom. Thank you. 13 plus 5, 18.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's when she says, "Oh no, she's not magic." That's not true.
Okay. This is new version. All right. So I'm now way more on board with protecting Penny because now I know that she's magic.
Oh, good. I did not know how that was going to go.
Me either.
All right. Protect Penny, save the world. Got it? Good.
Penny, save the world.
How do we?
That's our new motto: protect Penny,
So-
save the world.
Protect Penny, save the world. Okay.
The sea journey is too slow and too uncertain.
I'm sorry. It's save the penny, save the world.
I like protect Penny because it's got the 2 P's. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Our
Okay.
new thing, our new catchphrase.
Protect Penny, save the world.
I'm still
As much as I don't want to agree with the promiscuous cleric over here, we do need a plan. Because
Listen,
protect.
I came up with the group slogan. You guys come up with the plan.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I've been trying to do that for the last 10 minutes and nobody just wants to listen to me because everyone thinks I have an agenda.
You have an agenda.
You have an agenda.
You have a bit of an agenda.
What is my agenda?
So wait, we want to get
Mr. hasn't had a good idea in I don't know how long, never.
He's got all the swords and shit,
And how many times have I said, let's get the fuck out of here? That's great ideas.
That's fair.
So I would like to know where we're headed aside from away from Miscula. Do we have a
I think we need to go to the town because I don't think we have 4 days to spend getting to a ship. Just watching how quickly that thing spread. I really don't think we have the time. So we gotta get to
Isn't the ship the faster option? It's 4 days on feet, 2 days.
You see, this is why I question your intelligence, because the ship is where the town is. It's on the shore.
Just kidding.
Oh,
The ship. If you go north, it's 2 days to the nearest ship fishing village where you can get a boat. If it's a 3-day journey south to fishing to where you can get a boat, it's a 4-day journey east to the mountains, which is how you get out of this
That's how you get to the pass.
Yeah, how you get to the mountain pass, which gets you out of this place.
Gotcha.
Now,
Listen,
will the
Cross,
mount?
good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which
go
my
ahead.
response is, listen, man, I just talk. I don't read maps. I can't read a map. I've never had to read a map, okay?
I go, listen, Cross, you're not dressed nicely enough to speak to me in that manner.
Take 1d4
You know,
that
hey, you know what
burn.
they say, you don't want the knight in shining armor because he's never been in a battle in his life.
Oh man.
Oh man,
Uh,
we're on the verge.
So is that
Alright.
settled? Are we going to the fish? So are we going north or are we going south? Because north is closer, south's a bit further away. You seem to be hung up on time, so I think we should go north.
Okay.
North.
Uh,
I vote north.
I vote north.
I'm not sure why I vote north, but
It's faster.
We're gonna go north. We're gonna find a way to hide her.
in the pathless, right?
No, the pathless is to the east.
Okay, we're not there yet. We haven't
We're
gone
not-
that far.
you're
east.
not. You haven't got that far east yet.
Okay.
So what you'll be going is north, kind of very slightly east, to get to the place where you can
Coast.
actually get a ship.
Okay.
It's settled. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm in.
All right. You guys begin pack up and begin heading north. It's very dark. You're very tired. The as you head north from here, you're going to be going off the road, so you're going to be cutting through brush and stuff. You're hungry. You know that you're, low blood sugar, low procession. As the adrenaline begins to fade from all of the stuff that's been happening, you guys find yourselves kind of stumbling. You're very, very tired. Dawn is only an hour away now. You've been up fighting and running and dealing with stuff the whole night. The green light on the horizon doesn't look any less bright. In fact, it does look a little bit more bright, which is generally not a good sign. However, it's not right here. You don't see it reflecting off, and that's it. You keep jumping a little bit. Is that green light on those bushes? No, there isn't. Is a green light on that tree? No, there isn't. But it is dark, and you head northeast, heading northeast into kind of just the wilderness. Do you choose to stop and camp for a few hours? Just as a gameplay note, spells that have been expended and certain abilities that have been expended, you do not get back those slots till after you've had a long rest. A few of them say a short rest. So a short rest is just a few hours. A long rest is a full 8 hours. So if you continue to keep traveling over time, you'll eventually start having to roll constitution saves before your abilities start reducing, just as you get more and more tired. But you will also not get your spells and abilities that you've expended so far back, just as a heads up.
Can we break camp? Can we make camp?
Mhm.
Or do we not want to do that?
Listen, I'm getting real tired, and man, do I hate camping. But if I don't lay down now-ish, my words will stop.
God forbid.
You know what?
Did you just say
Next is-
we're full stop? I'd like to keep going.
Yeah.
You gotta carry me and Penny. No, we're gonna take a nap.
Hey, you said your words would stop, not your feet.
I wish I understood what you just said, but I missed it.
I said you said your words would stop, not your feet.
And
can
so I vote
stop?
camp.
Stop in my
Yeah.
tracks and hold out an arm and hope that it just clotheslines
Clotheslines it.
him.
Roll an attack.
I hope I failed this.
I also hope you fail.
I
I
think we all
also
do.
hope you fail it.
And roll me a dex save there, Cross. Or I guess it would
Dex
be
save?
a
Actually, he just has to hit me. If it's over my AC, it should hit me.
yeah.
I mean, if it's just a flat roll, right? Or
Yep. hmm
well, it's a 17.
All right.
I have an 18 armor class.
No.
Oh no.
Okay. You
Right.
hold your arm out to clothesline Cross, and he walks up to it. In the very last moment, Limbo's right underneath it.
It's like
Smooth AF.
pull his hair just a little bit.
Cross, you feel like it.
kind of just like I deserve that.
Nap time. I think it's nap time. Nap time?
All
Nap
right.
time. Who's got a bed? Just like a bed, just like a
Min-
full.
That's a good question.
Like leaning her head.
I reach into my pack and literally like, but she does it without her seeing. So like, all she sees is a bedroll flying at her face.
Okay. Aramiel,
Yeah.
roll me an intelligence check. Just
Alright.
intelligence plus your bonus.
Oh no. I got a nat bad, y'all.
Oh
Okay.
no.
You just now realized that you weren't forethinking enough when you guys ran out of the bard camp. All your gear, except for your weapons and stuff you have right on you, is gone. You have nothing else but what you directly had on you. So you have your money pouch and you have your armor and your weapons and stuff, but like your bedroll, your camping stuff, your pot for heating water, for cooking food over a campfire, all gone. Same thing, Orkilia, all of your stuff was on the wagon. Same thing, Altana, all your stuff was on the wagon. Cross, you never
the
shut
only
your
one
stuff
with-
down. So you're the only one that has camping supplies at the moment.
Do you want the rest of us to roll intelligence rolls or no?
No, it was just to see if he had remembered in time to grab his stuff, because your stuff was on a wagon. You never had time to get it, but his stuff was just sitting next to him. He may have grabbed it,
And he was drunk.
and he was drunk, so it didn't happen. It just
Very
didn't happen.
Yeah.
So do you guys find a place to make camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to.
Okay, well, as
I-
you're
I kinda-
walking, there's brush, scrub up. You can see the stars above you that are beginning to fade as dawn is getting closer.
Oh no.
And a little clearing opens up. There's just a little clearing. There's a, kind of a little rock formation on one side, scrub oak on the other side. It's small, but if you made a little camp, you guys know, especially Ramiel and Cross, because you're out in the wilderness alone so often, in the lee of the rock right here, that means that things can only come at you really kind of from 3 sides instead of 4. It makes it a little easier to protect, to watch. Will help keep wind from a little fire if you make one. Seems like a decent time. And as you get to that spot, the component begins to move. And who's carrying the component right now? Okay,
Orkilia.
Orkilia, the component begins moving in your arms, making a little sound like she's waking up.
Oh, what a time for you to wake up. 'Cause, well, I'm good and tired. Don't want you running off. Can you please just keep sleeping? Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep.
Go, Shauna, are you in? I don't see your video, but I see that your mic is there.
Yeah.
Shauna, oh, Shauna. She's probably run through to actually sit back down because she had to come and tell me, let me in. Okay. So the rest of you, Orkilia, you notice that she's starting to stir. The rest of you are looking at the campsite and stuff. Do you choose to set up here?
Yeah, if we have a good vantage point,
Yeah.
because we'll have to take rounds of watch.
And I don't think we'll be able to trust Component, even though she's the one waking up right now.
Absolutely not.
Since I kind of set up, since I'm the only one with anything, and I kind of like set up the camp, I throw the All right, because I thought she was gonna still be sleeping. That's why I threw it at Orkilia. But
I'm still holding your cat. I didn't let it
yeah,
go.
no, I cross volunteers for first watch because he's kind of like I understand all you spellcasters. You need a little bit of extra sleep, so I'll take first watch because I'm better than you.
You know what, strong man?
Because I'm better.
Take that first watch. You. I'll insult you later.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes at him and then go to sleep because it's the very end. It's the end of a very long day. I was drunk for most of today.
Really
I
bad
need to-
headache.
Really good time.
Like, I'm dehydrated.
Okay. All of you but Orkilia don't have blankets. You lay on the cold ground. Aramiel, you're tired enough and you're used to camping enough that you just fall asleep right away. Orkilia, you've got the one blanket, and so you have a little bit better chance to start to fall asleep. Altana,
Penny.
you're not used to this. You're not used to sleeping on the cold hard ground with no blanket.
Mhm.
So you have a little bit more trouble falling asleep. You're watching as Cross. Where do you go sit for your watch?
Is there like a slightly higher, just in the clearing, where is there like a stone or a rock or a boulder or something that he can kind of like perch himself on?
You could perch on the rocks over where, those same rocks where everybody's camped up against, so that one side is protected. You could get on top of those.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so Altana, what you notice is the Cross gets up on top of the rocks and he hunts there. And as the moonlight starts to fade away and the dawn starts to come, it's almost like he's like a crow sitting on the rock watching things, or a vulture. You're not really sure which one.
Mhm.
As you finally, after all of this, go off to sleep. All right, Cross, you need to roll me a 6-sided dice and see if anything happens while you're on your watch.
I actually, since the component is awake, can I do anything?
Oh, absolutely. You're awake too.
Sure.
I'm waiting to see if
Okay. If anything happens. A
Donna.
2.
oh, there she is. Yay!
It worked.
Component has a name.
Hey,
The component is back.
Component has a name.
giving Dobby a
What?
sock.
And we have now a new motto.
So your name is Penny, and it's
Protect Penny, save the world.
protect Penny. Save the world.
That's awesome.
All right. So the component is slowly waking up. Component. After the fire that you summoned a sphere of fire, you didn't know you could do that. That's like the mages. That's like Miskula. He can summon fire too, and that's kind of makes you like them. And that felt really kind of overwhelming and kind of almost wrong, but it also felt right. Like it was just normal for you. Like this is something you should be able to do. You just haven't known for a long time. And the conflicting emotions, it becomes too much. And you retreat back into your mind. Elves don't sleep, but they meditate. But it was
Mhm.
kind of like that, where you went almost kind of comatose as you went inside your own head and started trying to work out those things for you. What that gave you was an understanding that there's more that you know, but it's just at the edge of what you can get. You don't know all the spells you know right now, but there's one that you start to recognize. And that you have to look at your thing again. It's on your character sheet. But you get another spell. You only had 2 access right now. Now you've got 3. As you realize that, and you're in your component. So while you've been in this meditation, that's like a kind of like like you're in a coma for a little while. You're able to access the memory that you could do that one time. At one time, a long, long time ago, the world has become very different. And you know that now. You still don't know how long, but you know that you've got that one more spell that you can do, and that you are someone who can do that. And once you finally work that all out in your head, you wake up. And when you wake up, what you see is that it's dark, it's still night, but dawn is almost here. So clearly you've been asleep for a while. You are being held by the orc, and you have a blanket over you. And so you actually feel kind of warm. But as you look around, you see that the other people don't have blankets. They're just sleeping on the ground, and you can't see Cross.
Okay. I don't know if I can do this because they're asleep, but is there a way to do kind of like an insight check on Orkelia, since she's the closest to me? And I just want to make sure that I feel like what she seems to be is what she actually is.
Okay.
If I can.
Roll me an insight check. Cross.
I don't know if this is something we can actually do when they're asleep.
Well, I'm going to tell you what you get, depending on what you make.
19.
Okay. What you get? She's got you clutched really quite protectively. You know, there's the smell of smoke on her. There's the smell of bread actually on her, strangely. There's the blanket, around both of you, not just her. Now, and it occurs to you that if she was like most of the people that you remember so far, that, she'd have the blanket and you wouldn't. Her backside is cold because she's also got the blanket around you, which would indicate that there's some emotional connection there.
Her bum sticking out.
Her bum sticking out. Yep.
Okay.
Cross, you notice that the component does indeed stir and her eyes open as you're watching from kind of above everybody. But she doesn't do anything yet except for look around, and she kind of looks back at Orkelia with a very considering gaze for a moment, but really hasn't done anything else yet. Do you do anything? And tell me what did you roll on your 6-sided dice?
2.
A 2. Okay.
So I just kind of like see her there and see her kind of like look back at Orkelia. That's really all I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make my way down, but kind of make it very obvious that she knows that I'm there.
Okay. You hear kind of the crunching of footsteps up on the rock, and slowly climbing down. As you look, you see as he comes around the side that Cross is climbing down the rocks that you guys are huddled up against.
Okay. He's the one who concerns me the most so far.
This is when we say join the club.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be aware, I'm going to try and be very aware of where he is and sit up and like wiggle out of the blanket and stand up and kind of like slight hunching, like an animal who's about at any moment would flee, and just looking around and kind of taking full stock of the whole camp.
Okay. What you see is a small clearing in what looks like the similar kind of woods to what you guys were in when you collapsed, when you went to sleep, with the scrub oaks and the brush and stuff. It's this very small clearing with kind of a rock pile on one side, which is where you guys are camped. You're all pressed up against the rock pile. Clearly Cross was on top of the rocks, but he's come down now. It's very close to dawn. You're not sure how far you guys have gone. You're not sure, but it's definitely not the road. You are completely off the road now. Okay.
I'm going to the blanket that this is what you see, Cross, is this horrifying thing, creature elf thing. Lean down and move the blanket so that it's covering Orkelia's bum so she's fully warm. And then she's going to walk a little ways into the forest and just you probably lose sight of her because I'm going behind a tree.
I'm going to attempt not to, like, not lose sight.
All right. It's pretty easy unless you're actually trying to sneak. Component, are you trying to sneak or are you just walking?
I'm trying to be quiet. I'm like watching him while I'm going.
Okay.
And I know that he's watching me, but I'm trying to not wake anyone else up.
Right. So yeah, you can easily see exactly where she goes
Okay.
because she's not trying to hide it. She's just going behind a tree.
Okay. I still have all my stuff, so I'm gonna pull out a like a ration of food,
Okay.
and I'm going to walk to the side of the tree that she is not on, place it down, and knock on the tree.
Don't be too frustrated. It's not that big.
And then go back to my spot.
You
Oh, they
you
always
hear
are.
Like you were going to the bathroom?
I was going to the bathroom.
Amazing.
Hey, elves pee too.
You left food on
apparently.
the other side of the tree?
Amazing.
I know we're living things. We gotta shit and pee and fart and
Adam,
burp and all
That was
stuff.
amazing.
I love this so much.
You left food on the other side of the tree?
Yeah.
What was the? I'm gonna peek around the tree.
Some bread and like dried meat that I keep because
Yeah,
it's
like
easy.
turkey.
It's like, yeah, it's easy to keep like in a pack.
Okay. And you walked away from it?
Yeah. I kind of just went back up to my
Alright.
post.
Okay.
Like
I'm
probably
going to
be
lean
up
around
there.
Okay. I'm gonna lean around the tree without coming actually out from behind it and grab the bread and the meat and start.
I feel like Cross almost actually just kind of like looks. Well, he's obviously watching this, even if it's out of the corner of his eye, because he's trying to keep vigilant. He just kind of like because he's seen it before. Like he's seen stuff like this, but it's also kind of like it is amusing. Like,
yeah, because all of a sudden this very delicate form is suddenly eating like a chain, like it's a wood chipper.
But like he's seen this before because he's had to keep his catches alive on the way back. So they've obviously a lot of times they're starving. So he's seen this before, but it's almost got kind of like a weird like charm to it, the way that it kind of happened. Like in his mind, he's just like that. Like it feels weirdly that way to him. Like there was almost like he's seen that plenty of times, but for some reason this was just
Feels different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's probably because I scarfed the bread down without hesitation, but then the little meat pieces, I am like worshipfully nibbling to make it last as long as possible.
And with that, the dawn comes it arrives, you're going to have to sleep for at least 4 hours. Everybody's going to have to sleep for at least 4 hours at some point. So you're going to have to potentially stagger watches, 8 hours if you want everybody to get all of their spells back. For you spellcasters in the group. But there's this moment, this little dawn, where the
I
component
hide
is
the whatever left over in my hair. I'm saving it for later, so I take a few nibbles of the meat, and then I hide it in my hair because I don't have anywhere else to put it.
Gross.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Can't wait
I
to
don't
find.
bag.
Find that in the morning. And everybody
It's
is
just
still
sitting there. It's not actually hidden.
everybody's still very sound asleep.
I have not seen that one before.
I gotta make it last, man. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get this again.
All right, so the sun comes up. Does anything happen while because I'm not doing anything else. So,
Nope, nothing else happens during your watch. Your watch passes calmly. The component eats and then, is looking around. Do you do anything else, Shauna, after you eat?
I'm gonna go around to everyone in the camp that's sleeping and sniff them.
Okay. To what purpose?
I'm looking for more. Just
more food. Okay. Roll me a perception check for each person.
nine for the first one, whichever one that was.
Okay, you choose. Which one was that?
That
They're all
one
kind of
was
huddled together.
okay. Okay, that one was Aramiel.
No, you don't detect anything. Even if you had it, though, that you can't tell.
I can't tell through
Your
his
senses are not
stink,
great. Yeah.
his alcohol smell. Okay,
smell
next
real
is
bad.
Altana, and I
Okay.
got a 24.
Okay, you get to her, and she smells like so many wonderful things, but there's nothing strong enough to indicate there's anything on her. It's all old.
Okay, I haven't really interacted with her. I'm curious about this person. She doesn't have any food smells that smell good.
Yep. Okay, Aramiel and Altana, roll me. It would be a perception, I suppose, to see if any of all of this wakes you up.
I got a 9.
Okay, Aramiel, you're not drunk anymore, but you're sleeping it off. There's a feeling that you're probably going to have a headache in the morning, whenever it is you wake up. But you don't notice
What?
anything. You're sound asleep.
Okay.
11 plus 5 is 16.
Okay. Altana, that's enough to kind of make you stir. You hear, over you. And you know how you feel when there's something close to you? You can just kind of feel like that.
Mhm.
Feels like it. Now, the fact that there's been no alarm sounded or anything like that means it's not necessarily dangerous, but there is something there. You open your eyes and the component is standing over you. This thing, you haven't seen her close up before, really. When seeing her the first time made you really sick to your stomach. Seeing her close up makes you want to both throw up, but also go, oh, because it's like a puppy. There's just in the eyes this sense of just like innocence to go with this horrific damaged face. So the component is standing over you, or actually crouched over you, oddly sniffing you.
Mhm.
Do I notice that she woke up?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I don't know. Did you open your eyes?
Yes, I open my eyes.
Mm-hmm. Then yes, she's opens her eyes and is looking at you. This person that you don't know yet.
And I say, oh, hello.
With the grace of a very graceful skunk, I scramble away from you as fast as I can, like backwards, like.
Okay, Cross, you do notice that the component, as you're paying attention and you're watching that she goes around and she's sniffing everybody, and it wakes Altana up, and the component scrambles away.
And I go and hide behind a tree again, probably the same tree that I was behind before.
Can I try to soothe her? Can I
You
say,
can-
wait, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Wait,
As I always say, you
Wait.
can try.
yep. Take.
I'm gonna hide too,
Hey,
so
hey.
you
Okay, so the cleric is following you, going, hey, it's okay, it's okay.
I'm gonna hide.
Okay, roll me a hide check or a stealth check.
There's
Yes.
six.
Okay.
Oh my
I
god.
got-
It's like a
I
fake
got-
bush. The branch is 2 inches wide, and she's 8 inches wide, but she thinks she's hidden for a moment.
So I see all this happen, and I come down because I'm like, and I go over to Altana, and I'm just like, hold on, just stop. And then proceed to go to pull out my entire stash of the meat and kind of like get as close as I'm gonna try to get as close as I can, but the instant I notice her move, that's where I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
How far is that?
Okay, you can get within about 5 feet of her. You notice that Cross has come around thing, but he's got that beautiful, wonderful meat in his hand. And but he stops before he gets completely around the tree at you. So you still got the tiny little sapling between you and him. But he's got meat in his hand.
And I put it down and I take a step back.
All of the meat. There's a big pile
All
of
of it.
meat sitting on the ground right where he was, and he steps back.
staring at you guys, both of you. I like with my one hand.
It's too far away. It's
Try
fine.
and-
You're gonna have to actually come out because it's 5 feet away.
I like crawling, kind of, without losing sight of either of them, and then sneak out and grab it really fast and try and scuttle back behind my sapling and nibble.
You all
I'm
see
gonna
this.
take the stuff out of
she's
my
got it.
hair that I was saved, and like, I'm gonna eat that first.
Okay, so she pulls meat out of her hair. That's the same kind of things, and starts eating it. She came out as very much moving like almost like a wild animal that you're trying to tame. That came out, grabbed the meat, and snuck back behind the thing there. Shauna? So you're sitting there. You're surrounded by bushes. They're 5 to 10 feet away. You have meat. The dawn, the sun is just rising. You can hear the birds starting to sing in the bushes that, they sleep at night. And so all of a sudden there's all of that bird singing and crying and stuff that's happening. You feel the rustling of the bushes and the living things, and you realize something. That this is where you belong, is outside. You realize that you can feel how the plants kind of feel. And that squirrel that you saw run by in the morning, you knew it was hungry. And those birds that are all chirping, you can kind of sense them. And now you get to add the spell Druid Sense to your spell book.
Excellent. Oh no, got druid sense. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, Orkilia, roll me a perception check.
Well, um,
That's a 13.
Okay. You don't fully wake up, but you realize it's because you are so tired. You don't fully wake up, but you do realize that you're much warmer now.
I got toasty buns.
You got toasty buns. Okay. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
We're gonna end it on toasty buns. Hell
We're going to
yeah.
end it on
Toasty
toasty buns. But here's also the thing. You guys hit a milestone by getting out of the area and getting past the camps. And getting your geas, your milestone, each of you gets a level. You all level today.
Level up.
Woo.
Woo!
Nice. Do I go back to full health when I level?
Yes, you do.
Also, because
Well, actually, no, you don't. No, not in this game.
Oh,
But you do level. Your hit points will go up, and those will be added to your available hit points.
that makes sense. Okay.
Well, did we
These times.
get a full
glitchy.
Yeah, Shauna, you're glitching out. I'm sorry.
night's rest?
Do you get it? Well, that we will see when we come back because you're going to have to
It'll-
determine watches. And there are things that can happen while you're resting at night. Each time we have a watch, I'm rolling to see if you have a random encounter. The first one, we're not, but we will be seeing that will all be happening at the beginning of this next game. Right now, you guys get to have the fun of leveling your character. Shauna, you have realized you don't know the words for it, but you've realized that that's what you are. You're a druid. Okay. Orkilia has warm buns, which is very important. Cross has
welcome.
started trying to tame the wild animal to whatever purpose he might have. We don't know.
Good luck.
Altana has also started trying to tame the wild animal and has had her first interaction with it awake, or her awake. The government would tell you it's an it, but watching this, you're not sure. And Aramiel, you're sleeping the sleep of very tired, very,
And my-
very,
I
now
got-
not drunk anymore, but
Right.
definitely
Yeah.
starting to sleep it off. You know, you're
But
just
yeah,
like
I
you
put
didn't
my-
start taking your clothes off at the exit end of the camp, you know?
Damn. I've been pretty useless this whole time so far. Drunk or
no.
asleep, I got this.
But you know what?
But that means though, then when that moment comes, it'll be
Exactly.
spectacular.
It'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. Anyway, for those who are watching us, I would say thank you very much for watching today. And we will see you next time. Same bat channel, same bat time, and we get to see where things go from now. Do they avoid the miasma getting to the ship? Do they run into it again? Do they end up
Does it
killing each
get
other
on
in
the
their
ship?
sleep? Do they all kill each other in their sleep? We don't know. So
Maybe.
come join us next time. All right. And we're done.